everyone, welcome back to Risa Does Makeup. If you're new here, my name is Risa and I have been a freelance makeup artist for more than 20 years. I've worked for brands such as Chanel, Laura Mercier, and Bobbi Brown. And on my channel, I like to share with you all of the tips and tricks that I've learned over the course of my career. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you an important foundation tip. This is not a foundation trick. It's not something you're going to see and have this aha moment about, at least I don't think so. It's a tip. It's something that you might have seen before and just never put into practice. A lot of times when we're given information or we watch a makeup tutorial, we only remember certain things about it. And if we see something being demonstrated that looks maybe just a little bit out of our comfort zone or too time consuming, we may just completely overlook it. But what I'm going to be showing you in this video is something that most makeup artists do. I would say 9 out of every 10 do this, and it makes such a difference in how foundation works on a client's skin. And I really think that if more everyday people did this, they would see a vast improvement in how their foundation looks. You won't end up having this drawer of foundations that don't work. And in this video, you're actually going to see how this tip will help you use those foundations that you may have tossed aside, maybe just meant to take back but never got a chance to. I really feel like this tip is going to be game-changing, as they say, for a lot of you. So let's get to it. How many times have you gone to Sephora or Ulta or to the drugstore and you purchased a foundation, you're really excited about it, but you get it home and you start applying it, you realize that, whoa, this has way too much coverage and or it's the wrong color. To use this tip, you're going to need to go to either your local beauty supply store, professional beauty supply store, or click the link in the description and head over to Amazon and get one of these metal mixing trays. I think I paid around $5 or $6 for mine. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your foundation that's either too dark or too much coverage, and you're going to apply it to the mixing tray. And for this demonstration, I'm using the Marc Jacobs Remarkable Liquid Foundation. I felt like this would be the perfect one to use here because not only do I feel like it's too much coverage for me, it's also a little bit too dark. So because this foundation doesn't have a pump, I'm just going to tap or pour out. Obviously this is easier if the foundation has a pump. Anyway, I've put a small amount on my mixing tray. However, this foundation is super concentrated, so a little bit goes a long way. So I do have to be careful. And next to that, I'm going to add a couple drops of the Dior Backstage Face and Body Foundation. Now you don't have to use this exact one. You can use the MAC Face and Body. You can use Charlotte Tilbury's Wonder Glow. You can use a drugstore foundation that just happens to be sheer coverage. Maybe a sheer tinted moisturizer, something to that effect. You just want to be sure you're using something that is a lot lighter in coverage. Well, I have a tendency to buy foundations that are too much coverage and are too dark. So I purchased this because it is lighter coverage. It's not totally sheer, but it's lighter coverage, and I bought it in a lighter shade. So I'm taking the face and body and putting a couple of drops next to the Marc Jacobs. Now I'm placing my finger through the hole of the metal mixing tray, and I'm taking my beauty blender or whatever application method you use. It could be your fingers. You can just swirl the two together. You could pick this up with a brush, but I'm taking my beauty blender and I am just swirling the two together. And now I'm bouncing it on my skin. As you can see, well, hopefully you can see, I'm gonna go over to the window using my iPhone so you can get a better look. But the coverage is just perfect. It's covering, but it doesn't look like spackle. It doesn't look like I am completely blanking out my face. And as you can see, as I bring it down here, it's also matching my skin. You might be wondering, Risa, why can't I just use the back of my hand? Well, you could, but having this inexpensive mixing tray will save you from having to clean off your hands. A lot of times foundations, especially those that are long wearing, aren't easy to get off of your body, off of your skin. So having to scrub your hand or use a harsh cleanser, why would you want to do that when you can just have a $5 mixing tray? And honestly, there have been times in the past where I thought I got all of the makeup off my hand, and then I went to go touch something like an ivory sweater that I was wearing and I got makeup on it. So this is just the professional way. It's going to save you time and stress. So I highly recommend getting one of these. So now I want to demonstrate a glowier mixture. I'm taking this Hidden Glow Brightening Cream from Wander Beauty, and thankfully this does have a pump, and I am placing a couple of pumps onto the tray. And this is not a foundation, but it's a brightening cream. It's going to give me a more dewy look, and it's also going to lighten up the product a little bit. I'll show you by just doing this. See? Can you see how it lightened it just a little bit? But now I'm going to take that mixture, and it's so easy to pick up off of the tray versus your hand. And this is going to give me, again, the coverage I want, the color I want, but a more glowy look. It also made it a little bit more sheer. So it might take a little work at first to find your perfect combination, but I promise you, once you get it down, once you find what two foundations work well together, or once you find your perfect mixer, like for me, it is the Dior Face and Body, you will be so happy that you will finally be able to make those foundations that have been sitting in your drawer unused. You'll finally be able to make them work. I'm liking the way both of these look. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to grab my iPhone and head over to some natural light so you can see just how great both of these sides look. Hopefully that footage allowed you to really see the results of mixing products together to get the best result. Now I know someone's going to ask about mixing in facial oils with a full coverage foundation or a long wearing foundation, and what I have to say to that is that I would be very careful about mixing an oil in with a foundation, especially if you have oily skin, especially if you're looking for that long wear. You do not want to mix in an oil with a long wearing foundation unless you're okay with it not lasting as long as it would on its own. So you definitely need to consider a few things before you do choose the products to mix. If you don't care about a foundation lasting that long, then by all means you can mix in an oil with Estee Lauder Double Wear or something like that. But if you're like me and you want your foundation to last 10-12 hours, you do get more oily, I suggest mixing it with another foundation that has a good long wear to it, but that might be more sheer and all those other things we've already talked about. I hope you all enjoyed seeing how makeup artists achieve that really flawless foundation result on their clients pretty easily. As I said in the beginning, I would say 8 out of 10 makeup artists do not apply one foundation product to the skin. And I'm not speaking about just layering a foundation over an oil or a serum or a primer. I am saying that most makeup artists actually do what you saw here, demonstrated in this video. They will mix a couple of different foundations, be it the same brand or not the same brand, different brand, but they'll mix the different tones and finishes and level of coverage to get the perfect result that is tailored specifically to their client. And you can do this at home. I promise you that once you get the hang of it, it will become second nature. Yes, someone might be looking at this and saying, well, Risa, you're having to buy 2 $45 foundations versus just one. Well, my point is that you're going to be using so little of this product and probably less of this as well. So it's all going to work out in the end, and you're just going to be a lot happier with the way your foundation looks. If you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to ask me in the comments. I'm happy to answer those. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Once again, I think I already said that, but I'm just going to close this out by saying if you're not already subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you would hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss an upload. You can also find me, Risa Does Makeup, on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter under that name. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch my video, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon.